Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Cooking My Clams. I'm Will. We're over here at the airport down in Key West, behind the airport, so if a plane does fly overhead, I apologize. Right now we have a cold front. Sorry to you northerners, but that cold front means that we drop to about 65 degrees. For us, that's cold. But that means one thing for local fishermen on foot, and that's shrimp. So I don't know anything about shrimping. I've never done it before, but my buddy Neil from Kiko's Place, the bait and tackle shop, he's gonna show me the ropes tonight. And the only things that I do know is that you need a cold front, moving body of water, and nighttime, because you shine a flashlight on them and it makes their eyes reflect, and that's how you spot them and then net them. So behind me, we have where we're gonna be catching them tonight. And the recipe that I'm gonna do is gonna be super simple with one really important step. And the reason I'm keeping it so simple is because they're so fresh, never frozen. It's important that I really showcase these shrimp. You don't have to do much to them. You could eat them raw. So again, I don't want to change them around too much or add too much to them to cover up their natural sweet flavor. There is something else down the road here that's pretty cool that I want to show you. Now check this out. This is just down the road from where we're going to be shrimping tonight. The story is this plane was hijacked in Cuba and they flew over here to Florida, and the plane was landed. We apprehended the plane, and the problem is that at the time we had bad relations with Cuba, so there was nowhere for the plane to go. They tried to donate it to a Cuban family who had absolutely no use for it at all. And here it sits. It's never been returned, never used again, and it's just been sitting here. And this is one of the cool things of Key West, that a lot of people that live here don't even know that this is sitting here or the history of it.
So it's kind of like lobster if you think about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we got them there. So we're going there. See the eyes? So for lobster, see how there's more eyes right there? So we have eyes.
Yeah, I see that one.
There's eyes over here on this side in the grass. And then if you start scanning real slow. So this is kind of like bully netting for us.
Okay.
More eyes down there. This is kind of what we're looking for when we're lobstering and making go bully. You see these little eyes and you see things like that. Like something just splashed right underneath there. They sit on the surface sometimes right here on the top and feed. Like we'll be able to throw the net underneath.
So just come up underneath them and scoop up?
Scoop up. Like go over, hit them, and go up real quick. You want to get them in the net? There you go.
Got one.
Got a little scrimp.
There we go.
Flopping around.
Come on.
Freshy.
All right, we got one.
Slow night. We're gonna keep searching though. Ooh.
Oh, there you go. Right there. It's still right there.
Look at in here. Oh my God, look at them all right there. Okay, so now we just gotta get in these fucking nets. Take these nets too. They actually work pretty good first time using them.
Our night didn't start off great, but I'd say we're doing pretty good now. Definitely got enough for a meal. Hey, we're back at the house. Last night was pretty fun. Started a little bit slow, but then we got into it and we got a ton of shrimp. Neil showed me a lot of spots, and now I can go out and do it on my own. I always love learning new things. Now, I went ahead and I de-shelled all my shrimp, and I used this tool right here. Now this is from Toadfish Outfitters. Check them out. They're a really cool company that for everything you buy, they plant an oyster bed, and they put money towards planting oyster beds. Now, oysters are integral in purifying our waters, and they can actually save an ecosystem just by planting the oysters, not for consumption, just purely out there filtering the water. Really, really cool company. So this, all you do is bend the head back, insert this, go all the way down the shell, give it a twist, and then you have a perfectly de-shelled, deveined shrimp ready for cooking with the head still on. Now earlier I said we were going to keep this recipe really simple, which we are. We're just going to use garlic, a little bit of salt, at the end scallion, red pepper flakes, parsley, and a little bit of lemon. But there's one key thing, and that's why we kept the heads on. When we flip the shrimp over, we're going to take our spoon and we're going to crush all the heads. The heads hide a lot of juices and flavor. It's why people make stock out of them. So we're gonna skip the step of making stock and do it in our pan. I have my pan on medium-low heat because I want these shrimp just to cook through. I don't want to sear them, so I'm gonna start with extra virgin olive oil. I'm gonna throw my garlic in right away. I don't want that garlic to brown, I just want it to sweat and to start to cook down. So the way that I like to cook my shrimp is almost all the way through on one side. So we're gonna add our shrimp now. And these guys are pretty small, so they're gonna cook pretty quick. Now I'm gonna add my pat of butter right into the middle. And what that's gonna do is slow down the garlic, and it's gonna mix into the oil, and that's gonna be the vehicle actually for when we crush the shrimp heads. That is gonna mix into that butter and make almost a sauce for us. And now, as I said, I'm gonna cook my shrimp almost all the way through on one side. And you can tell that because they're translucent and then they become a little bit opaque. And when they're almost all the way cooked through, we're gonna flip them over and then give them a little bit of lemon, crush the heads, take them off, and dress them with our scallions and parsley. You can already smell that flavor from the shrimp heads and the garlic. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of the red pepper flakes. And as you can see, they're starting to cook through. So I'm gonna give those a flip. And now we're gonna go through with our spoon and crush those heads. We don't want that juice to cook off. We just want it to marry with the butter. So it really is important that your pan is not too hot. And now, believe it or not, those are done. Those are cooked all the way through, so now we're gonna deglaze with our lemon. Turn off my heat, throw them on the plate, and we're gonna add our scallion and parsley. These are absolutely beautiful and such a simple dish. And I said earlier too, I don't want to do too much to them because they were never frozen. They're going to be absolutely tender and perfect. They took no time to cook through, and with that little trick with crushing the heads, there is so much flavor in these. Man, the little bit of lemon cuts right through the richness of the butter, the garlic, the red pepper flakes. It's pretty much a shrimp scampi, but people ask you how you seasoned it so perfectly, and it's from the heads. It is one of the best secrets I've ever learned in cooking. Well, I'm gonna finish these. This was a really fun episode. Big thank you to Neil and Kiko's Place for taking me out and showing me a new trick. Big thank you to my buddy Ryan, way back in the day, showing me how to crush the shrimp heads to elevate your dish to a new level. If you like these episodes, hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one of Cooking with Clams. They're so good.